topic 3 is concerned to the public servants in Russia, about public bureaucracy. Public servants constitute a significant segment of the Russian political society today. Historically, Russian bureaucracy played a great role in the country. See please the evaluation of this role by the Russian philosopher of 19th century, Boris Chicharin. He stressed historical role of the Russian bureaucracy in the stability of the state in the country. Although public servants are separated from the political employees, undoubtedly, the bureaucracy constitutes a general class, and their role in politics is determined by their significant influence on the decision-making process and implementation of political purposes in the country. I would like to stress that public servants became political entity for the following reasons. Public service is not only a legal field of activity, but also a socio-political group aimed at managing significant affairs, significant issues for the society. Public servants constitute a politically significant group of Russian society through which the interests of civil society are transferred to power structure. They act as a link between state and its citizens. Public servants, being neutral with respect to political parties and ideologies, nevertheless actively participate in the political decision-making process. For example, it would be incorrect to call the administration of the President of the Russian Federation a technical executive body. Its impact on political processes in the country is more than obvious. The public service does not appear to be an amorphous and divided political entity. Despite the well-known differentiation inside public service across different strata, professional, qualifying, sectoral, concerning level of the executive, the bureaucracy form one group extremely important for the stable existence of Russian society. And fifth, public servants express the traditional aspect of the political relations of the population with the state in Russia, when service was considered as essential attribute of inclusion in the political body of a society. And although in formal sense service as a duty ceased to be a part of the nobility in the 18th century, nevertheless, service began to constitute a value orientation for those who were in the public service. Let's take a look at the system of public service in Russia. In the Russian Federation, there are three types of public service. The first type is the civilian public service. It is the execution of function in the such spheres like economy, culture, social security, etc. The second type, the law enforcement system of public service. This second type is the execution of the function of law enforcement agencies the police, the prosecutor's office, etc. The third type is military public service. This is the fulfillment of functions of government in the armed forces of the state. We will talk later in more details about civilian public service. Civilian public service may be a federal or state service of the subject of the Russian Federation. There is also a municipal service that performs administration functions in local government bodies. It is equated with the civilian public service also. In quantitative terms, the civilian service, together with the municipal service, amounts to about 100,000 people. More than 500 public servants is on 10,000 people in the country. On the slide, you can see the dynamics of civilian public service development over the past 2 decades. As can be seen from the figure, the total number of civilian public servants has been reducing at all levels: federal, regional, and municipal. It is important the ratio of males and females in the public service. The ratio of males and females in the civilian service is approximately 29 to 71%, although there are significantly more men in higher position than women. The age composition of civilian public servants is presented on the slide also. You can see that more than 55% of employees are under the age of 40 years. The average age of civilian public service of the federal staff is 39 years. In the regions, it is 41 years. At the municipal level, 42 years. Very important question. This is recruitments and promotion of public servants in the country. And these functions are carried out through a number of tools. Firstly, a significant number of civil servants go through the competitive selection process. There are, as a rule, only employees of the lower administrative level concerns to the competitive selection process, but the principle of selection and appointment applies to employees of the top administrative level too. Secondly, there is a system of training and retraining for the public service. Although a number of universities in Russia participate in this process, but the monopoly belongs to the system of the Russian Academy of National Economy and Public Service under the President of the Russian Federation, with its 59 branches in various regions. Usually, in public service systems, such specialist work as economists, lawyers, managers, to a lesser degree, sociologists, political scientists, specialists in engineering and natural sciences are represented here. Thirdly, there is a system of personal reserve from which civil servants are appointed at the different levels of the executive in the Russian Federation. Fourth, there is the special procedure for attestation and qualification examinations that are used to increase the duration of service or promotion to the next level of the public servants in Russia. Fifthly, a system has been developed to stimulate and assess the effectiveness of activities of public servants in Russia. Except wages, there are other different stimulating measures in this system. And last point, 6, there is officially approved ethical code of conduct for public servants. And this code regulates the behavior of civil servants at different levels. And last point about public servants. This is trust in government bodies and employees. And this is very important resources for effective government. The implementation of policy depends on how much the citizens trust to the president, the parliament, the government. In Russia, the level of confidence in a number of political institutions is quite high, but this is changed due to different stages of the Russian development. In case of the President of the Russian Federation, it fluctuates between 70% and 90% of the citizens. On the slide you will find some data about the confidence to the different institutions in Russia. This is results of sociological survey conducted by the Russian Academy of National Economy and Public Administration. From the survey, you can see that the level of confidence in all political institutions has fallen during last years. Traditionally, executive bodies of state power enjoy a low level of confidence than parliaments or heads of the regions. Many factors influence the state of public confidence in the state authorities. In recent years, the decline in the rates of economic development, a decline in purchases power, increase in poverty level can be suggested to be explanatory factors.